Bob Jacobs, and I served in the United States Army, Pennsylvania National Guard. I was a sergeant. I trained to be in the infantry, and I trained on a vehicle called a Striker mobile gun system, which is like it's an 8-wheeled vehicle, and it's got a 105 millimeter gun, which is like a big anti-tank cannon. I was the gunner on that, and then I trained also to be part of what's called a company intelligence support team, which focuses on providing intelligence to an infantry company. I got to Iraq in January. I got to Iraq on Super Bowl Sunday, the day that the Steelers were winning the Super Bowl. The first couple months, January through March, the weather in Iraq is beautiful. It's like San Diego. It's 60 to 70 degrees during the day, not really real cold at night. Sunshine most of the time. It rains, and when it rains, they don't have sand in Iraq. They have chalky dust, and so when it rains, that dust turns into like wet cement and gets on everything and in everything. The bad guys in the area were weapons smugglers, and so they didn't cause a lot of trouble where they live. So I maybe heard 3 or 4 gunshots the entire time while I was out on patrols, and a few big gun battles between my unit, maybe 2 big gun battles happened between my unit and bad guys over the entire 9 months that I was there. Camp Tashi was a big military base. Right before we invaded, the Iraqi army emptied the base of all of the weapons and ammunition, and they hid it out in the countryside. And so they had all these weapons hidden all over the country, and that was basically our job, was to find weapons that were being stored and used against us. I had 4 or 5 months of training, and then I was in Iraq for 8 months.
Is it true that Iraqis are afraid of dogs?
Yes. Most Arab people, they don't see animals the way we do. To them, animals are just like tools. And in a lot of cultures, pigs and dogs are seen as being kind of dirty. So they don't really keep dogs as pets. Basically, when an army unit goes into Iraq or Afghanistan, they're replacing another unit that was already there. Okay, and the unit that was there before us had adopted a stray dog. She was just a little puppy. They named her Demon, and they trained her to protect them from stray dogs and to keep kids away, because you don't want, when you're out, an infantry unit is out walking around, you don't want kids to come in case a fight starts. And she would probably walk about 10 miles a day. She'd never get in a vehicle, so we'd go out on foot, and if we had to get in vehicles, she'd just kind of walk back home all by herself. So at the end of our deployment, we weren't being replaced by, because the war was coming to an end, we weren't being replaced by an American army unit. We were being replaced by an Iraqi army unit. And we didn't really want to leave, since they don't like dogs very much, we didn't want to leave her with them. And since she had protected us so much, we didn't feel it was right to just leave her. So the SPCA helped us get her home. We had to leave her in Iraq for a month at the Baghdad airport. And while she was there, she got pregnant with puppies, and so when she came home, she had puppies. I have 5 dogs, because I have one of my old dogs, plus Demon lives with me, plus 3 of her puppies. Coming home you're really happy coming home, because when you were in Iraq, you miss your family a lot. And so a lot of soldiers have trouble coming home because they see that their family has kind of gotten used to them not being there. It takes a little bit of adjustment for both the soldier and the family to be used to their soldier coming home. But we adjusted, and eventually things got back to normal.